Hello, how are we? Welcome back to my channel. It's Anna. Welcome to the last video of 2022. Crazy, absolutely wild. So per tradition, I've done this, I believe, the past 2 years. I think I started in 2020 when that was the first year I had started crocheting, and I think I did this that year, and I definitely did it last year. As you could tell from the title of today's video, we are going to be going over everything I have crocheted and knit in 2022. I think this is so fun. I have a really good time looking back on everything that I was able to get done in a year. Sometimes it's easy to feel like you weren't doing enough, but when you look back, whether you created 2 things or you created 20 things or you created 200 things, it's kind of cool to be able to look back and see what you were able to accomplish. I know it definitely gives me the confidence to keep going and makes me excited for like the next year to come. But before we dive into anything, and I have a whole list of everything that I did this past year, but before we get into any of that, I just want to give a quick little disclaimer. This is just more a reminder than a disclaimer, I guess, and it serves as a reminder to me, to you, to whoever needs it, that these videos, the ones I make, the ones other people make, TikToks, Instagram posts, all of it, it is solely just for fun. I don't know anyone that would post anything like this to make others feel bad, but I know sometimes it's easier to make yourself feel bad, even if others aren't trying to. So this is just a reminder to anyone watching that you have nothing to feel bad about. Everyone's creative journey is completely different. Everyone leads completely different lives, and some people that you're watching probably do this as a part or a full-time job, so they are probably creating more than someone who's just doing this as a hobby or anything. There could be 1,000 different reasons why anyone's final count of finished pieces at the end of any year is different from someone else's, you know what I mean? So I just want to give this quick little reminder that your worth is not dictated by how much you were able to get done this year. If you found joy at all from a craft of any sort in this past year, you had a successful year. And if this year you kind of fell out of touch with your craft, you have all the time in the world next year and the year after and the year after to get back into it. So without further ado, we are going to jump in to what I was able to get done in 2022. So I'm going to go through, I think like I did last year, by month. I did the best that I could to organize. As I was putting together everything, realized I had a cute little theme of doing basically one thing per month. I had a very, very busy year academically. I also had a social life for like the first time ever this past semester, so like second half of 2022, which is just absolutely groundbreaking for me. So I, like I said, only had about one thing per month. Some months differ from that, obviously, but it kind of breaks down like that for the most part. So starting with January, we started off the year very, very strong, and I finished up this knit dress. It was by Natalie Knits. I adore this. I loved making this pattern. It was so fun. It was definitely such a challenge for me. But with that being said, as a beginner, and I was like very beginner at that time, as a beginner, it was still very manageable. By that point, I don't know how much I had knit. I could probably look back and figure out if I had done anything before that. Obviously, I had done the first cardigan that I tried to do on my YouTube channel back in 2021, but this may have been like the second thing I ever knit. So if you watched that first Watch Me Knit a Sweater for the First Time video, you know I wasn't good at knitting. I had no clue what was going on. So if I was able to come out with such an amazing finished garment, you will love this pattern, I swear. So comfy, so cozy. I love testing it, and it was an amazing first make of 2022. It set off the year to such a wonderful start. So the second thing I made was in February. This was for a hobby yarn challenge. I ended up freehanding this top. Once again, if you saw that video, I was working on something else and that didn't work out because I ran out of time. So I just whipped together this top. It's cute. I don't really wear it a lot. The yarn is really nice. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I know it is a cotton yarn. It is very thin, so I held 2 strands together. And I did little decals across the front of it to make it look a little bit like hearts. I really have not worn it like ever. It's cute, but it's just never something that I really gravitate towards. I don't know. I would love to make more tops in this upcoming year though. I really like crocheted tops. I think they're super cute, especially this style. I'm pretty sure this had like a tie back. So maybe I can reapproach this style top next year. This next make was in March. This is a bunny plush. It is the bunny pattern by Lestay's Crochet, I believe their username is. Loved this pattern, loved this bunny. I made it for my girlfriend. So cute. Oh my god. I used Premier Parfait yarn for the first time and I loved it. I will say, if I ever had to undo it, I was worried that it was going to fray, like the fuzzy yarn was going to fray off of like and make a mess. But it wasn't too bad, like it was manageable. And it turned out so cute. I absolutely loved it. And my girlfriend loves it. It is just cute, floppy, adorable, perfect, and I really want to finish up the one that I'm making for myself in pink. I've been working on that for months and it is almost done, and I just have it sitting over there with all of my yarn, so maybe that'll be a goal for 2023 as well. Also in March, I completed the first Oopsie Daisy bag. This was the one that I wrote the pattern based off of. It was the first go around, so it is not my favorite. It's not my favorite shape. It's just not exactly perfect, but this is the first one that I made. I made it in this really pretty blue color. I believe it is Paintbox DK. I normally use Paintbox DK for this pattern, so I'm assuming it is the same for that one. I loved this pattern. It is my favorite one to date. I made a bunch more later in the year, but this was the first one, so it'll always hold a special place in my heart. Moving on to April, I made this fun, colorful granny square hat. Just cute little floral granny squares in a controlled color palette. I don't exactly remember the word. Limited color palette, that's what it is. I used a total of 4 colors and I really love how colorful it is. Each square has a different color pattern, so the petals are different in each one, the center is different, and so on. I made this hat for Kallajian. She is a performer who came and performed at my college, and because I'm part of the club that brings artists, performers, entertainment to our college campus, I was able to meet her, and I know she's a crocheter, so I made this for her and it was really fun. My only sadness is that I don't have this hat anymore. So you win some, you lose some. I mean, that's like the worst part about making things for other people to sell, to gift, to whatever. I love it. I love giving people gifts specifically. And I think being able to sell your makes is awesome because you get to sell your makes. Hello, that's so cool. But also at the same time, I'm like, wow, this sucks. I have to give up this thing that I love so much. Wow, that's disappointing. But I know it's with someone who loves it, so that's all that matters. I started this in April, maybe earlier. I'm gonna say I started in April, finished it in May, and that is this striped top. It is a recreation of one of the Target crochet tops. I made a YouTube video about this. It came out super cute. I used cotton yarn for this, which is really nice for the summer. And I honestly don't know why I didn't wear it more often because I liked it a lot. Once again, similar to the Hobby Valentine's Day top that I talked about back in February, this one also had a tie back. So I just laced up the back. It fit super nice. Really don't know why I didn't wear it more often. I still have it somewhere, so maybe I will find it and try to wear it more in the summer. It is so cute and it's so comfortable and it was really fun to make. Now we moved on to June. In June, I made 3 different Oopsie Daisy bags, and even though I only made the one thing, I made 3 of them, so once again we're hitting a month that we did a little bit more. The only other month that I did 2 things was in March, so we are now up to 3 things in 1 month, which is slayful and amazing. So the first one I did was in this lilac color, super pretty. I also did this tan one, which is really nice because it's like a nice neutral. And then this brown one is my favorite. All 3 of these were listed on my website. I believe the lilac one sold. I don't think the tan one did. It might still be up, or I took it down. And then the brown one I kept for myself. Going back to the whole it's fun to sell things and give things to people, the brown one I loved. There are 2 sizes to the purse if you haven't made it, and this one was the mini size, so it was a little bit smaller, and I just love the brown color and it just turned out really pretty, and I was like, oh, like I kind of don't want this one to sell because I loved it so much. And then it didn't, so I was able to keep it. I was like, this is my gift to myself for the beginning of the school year. I like waited through the summer and it didn't sell, so I kept it for myself and I loved it. We also made 3 different things in July. So very fun. Firstly, I made this super cute plush strawberry. I may have technically made it in June, but I'm counting it in July because that's when I have the picture of it. So I'm thinking I made it literally July 1st. This one is so super cute. I really didn't do many plushies this year, so I think this is the second and final one that I did. It turned out adorable and I sold it and it sold, so she is now in her forever home. Miss her so much. Also used the Premier Parfait yarn for that because I had the pink and the green, so it was perfect. The second thing I made in July was the belly top. This was a recreation of the top that Belly wore in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I was so proud of this one. It is also made with cotton yarn. I don't remember the brand, but I got them at Joann's. It was a lot of weaving and ends, let me just say that. And it was, I used a tiny hook. I want to say I used like a 3.5 millimeter, so like, you know what I mean? My only sad qualm with this is I don't wear it too much. The yarn, while pretty colors, is a little bit stiff because it's cotton. So it just doesn't drape in the way that I want it to. If you have any tips on how you can make cotton yarn drape a little bit better, I would love it. The blue that like predominantly makes up the top is just really, really stiff. The other yarns are like a little bit nicer, have a little bit more flexibility, but the blue is just stiff and it makes it like not super enjoyable to wear. Last thing I made in July was the Provence top by Nasta Crochet. I think I used leftover DK weight yarn for this pattern. It's made to measure, so it perfectly fits me and I love it so much. I'm a huge fan of ribbed crocheted tops, so this is perfectly up my alley. It is so cute. It's just cropped enough and it's super flattering. So I very much look forward to it being warm again so I can wear this tank top. August, we also had 3 things. We're in a theme for these summer months. Go me. So first thing that I did in August was the knit version of the Peach Fuzz cardigan. I did it in these pinks. I think I used the Aran weight of Paintbox yarn, so like the medium weight one. Are you like noticing a theme? I really like Paintbox yarn. Their color selection is great and it's very affordable. And then for the perimeter, I used Brene Pipsqueak. Turned out super cute. I don't wear it a lot because as I was making the pattern, I was fixing mistakes as I went. So it has like a couple of like mistakes in there that makes it not gorgeous, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it. I just don't really reach for it all that much, which is a bummer. I do kind of want to make another one that has less mistakes. So hopefully I would wear that one more often because I think the design is obviously so super cute. Then in August we made the community blanket together. Okay, this was a community effort, but I sewed it together, so I'm counting it. This blanket was a feat. Okay, I think I actually crocheted it together, not sewed. I did not sew it because crocheting for me is faster. So together we accomplished a gorgeous, amazing blanket. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely love her. And she is at school waiting for my return. That was so fun. I can't see myself doing a community project anytime in the near future just because I'm a senior in college. I don't know where life is going to take me in a couple months, so I don't know how feasible that would be for me, but I loved doing it. I thought it was so cool opening up all the packages from you guys and hearing like a little bit about you, where you're from and all that good stuff. It was fun getting pieces of like especially usernames that I read so much on like my Instagram and stuff. And then finally this month I knit the Patch Me If You Can vest. This is a pattern by Jamie Creates. I made this for my girlfriend for the Harry Styles concert we were going to in September. I love this pattern. I've made my own Patch Me If You Can vest before. I made that I believe in 2021. Oh, that happened between the dress and my cardigan. That was like the first knit garment that I could wear. That's what it was. I love this pattern. I love Jamie's patterns. I'm a big fan of them. And I'm not even saying that because she's my friend. I just think she's a really great pattern writer. So it was really fun to make this. It was so funny. Me and my girlfriend were scrolling through Pinterest because I offered to make her something for the concert because I was making myself an outfit, and It's first of all funny to see a bunch of names I know pop up on Pinterest. I just think that's so cool and sick. But she really wanted this one and I'm like, I already have that pattern. I also know Jamie. That is so cool. So I made that for her in all these different colors. I loved the multicolorness of this. The contrasting brown of the ribbing. I just think it was so fun, so cute, and really amazing. So now onto September. We only did one thing kind of in this month. No, we did two things. I'm counting it as two things. It's one unit, two things, and that is my entire outfit for the Harry Styles concert. I made the pants with the Solar Flare pattern by my bestie, Savannah Stitches. Once again, Savannah, yes, she's my friend. I love her so dearly, but her patterns are just so well written. This was such a joy to make. It was such a feat, and I made a matching top to go with it because obviously if I'm going to a Harry Styles show, I'm gonna go big, you know what I mean? My only qualm with this is that I ended up adding an extra row from what Savannah suggested because I thought they weren't gonna be long enough and I wanted them to not be cropped. I wanted them to be full length. But because they're so heavy, they stretched a little bit because of gravity and it ended up dragging a little bit, so I had to like hold my pants up even though I was wearing heeled boots. So I don't know, I feel like I should go back and fix that at some point and take that extra row out just to make it more enjoyable to wear again. But I'm honestly fine with this whole outfit being like a one and done wear thing. It was a lot of work and that feels like kind of dramatic, but like I'm a dramatic girl, like what can I say? But it was really fun being able to make a whole outfit. Like I felt so cool and powerful, and it was really fun. Moving on to October, we made the first crochet peach fuzz cardi. So we had the knit version in August, and now we have the crochet version because I'm trying to hit it for both my girlies, okay? Like everyone deserves a cute little cardigan moment. I honestly like this one more than I thought I would. I was making it because a lot of people had requested it and I was more than happy to do that. But I'm not much of a crochet cardigan or sweater girl. I tend to like knit stuff a little bit more, but I actually really like the way this came out. I've worn it a couple times and I get compliments on it and it's super comfy cozy. Same yarn that I used for the knit one I used for this one. And I'm just super proud of the way that it came out. I love it a lot and I don't know, that's kind of all I have to say on it. In November, I did another test knit. I think this was my second of the year. I don't even remember. I love test knitting and test crocheting for people. I just never have the time because I'm also trying to design my own stuff and like I like just making other patterns that are already out. People are so talented that it makes it hard to like need to design my own stuff to write patterns because I just want to make everyone else's. And this was one of those moments. So once again, this is my friend Jamie's pattern. It just came out, by the way. It is the For the Love of Waffles jumper pattern. She has the cardigan version out already, and that one's been out for a little while, and I really wanted to make that one because I got this secondhand yarn from Savannah over the summer. Savannah was selling the Wool in the Gang Crazy Sexy Wool in this cute pink color. I was like, I'll buy it off of you. I've wanted to use like the thick roving yarn for a while, and I thought Jamie's pattern would be perfect for it. And then she announced that she was doing a test knit of the jumper version, and I was like, I like sweaters more than cardigans anyways. So I tested for her and I am obsessed with the outcome. It is so comfy. It feels like illegal to wear out because one, it's nice and I don't want to ruin it, and two, it literally feels like I'm wearing a comfy. Like I have a comfy, I love my comfy, but this feels like I shouldn't have permission to wear it out. It's too comfortable. So I love this knit. It is one of my favorite things I made this year. I'll go through all of my favorite things that I made this year, but this is definitely one of them. I also made two hats in November. I'll need to remember to take a picture of them. They're super cute. I was going to list them on my website. Maybe this will be a reminder for me to do that. So if you're looking for a cute little beanie, maybe check it out. But I made these two. They're super cute. I love the colors. I love the striping. A beanie is just so easy. You know what I mean? Now we move on to December. We got a lot done in December some way, somehow. It was literally finals for me, but I also decided to knit everyone's Christmas gift because I was supposed to do that last year and then I never did. So I was like, well, we're gonna get it done this year. So it was a feat, but we did it. The first thing I made was this knit zippered vest pullover for my dad. He loves it. It's super comfy cozy. I use a nice thick yarn. I want to say it is a big twist yarn. It's like a natural blend between wool and acrylic. I don't exactly remember. And it's in this really pretty like dusty blue. and it keeps him nice and toasty as he sits in his chair at night, so that's like exactly the goal. This next thing I made was a cardigan for my mom. I used this pretty beige color. The yarn is from We Are Knitters. It's the petite wool. I had it since before they worked with Zara. I would not have gotten it had I known that's the direction they were going, because it's icky to me. I didn't even like the yarn that much. It was very, very expensive, so I was hoping that it would be good. And I understand that roving yarn and wool have a higher chance of fraying and stuff, but I just didn't love it. The feel wasn't as like nice as I wanted it to be, and I've had other wool yarns before that have felt a little bit nicer. And when I tried to use it to like sew up, because you have to sew the pieces together, it just fell apart. I've also talked to other friends who've had this wool fall apart on them, so just not a favorite. I wouldn't get it again. But the cardigan came out really cute and my mom was happy with it. And then I made this cardigan for my brother. I used, once again, We Are Knitters wool, and I followed one of their patterns, neither of which I would recommend. The wool had the same problem that I just talked about, and the pattern was just not size inclusive, and it didn't have very good sizing in general for the sizes that were there. It was just not a fave, but my brother likes it, so it worked out in the long run. It was just more annoying than it was worth, in my opinion. And then we did Secret Santa with my family for Christmas Eve, and it was all local gifts, grab bag type thing. And I was like, what is more local than like making it myself? So I just made a cute little hat and scarf. I don't know if I have a picture of that. If I do, I'll put it on the screen with everything else, but I don't know if I do. But that is everything I made this year. That is all. Oh, that is everything I made this year, but before we get to the grand total numbers, I want to go over my favorite makes. My first favorite make was my Oopsie Daisy bag. That, in general, not one in particular, I guess the brown one was my favorite, but just in general, that was one of my favorite things I made this year. Also the belly top and the Provence top that I both made in July. My entire hairy outfit, like, how could I not include that? My knit dress from January, like, hello. Once again, how did I do that? Like, it is beyond me sometimes. I don't know what took me over. The knitting gods, apparently. And then, like I mentioned, the For the Love of Waffles jumper. Those are probably the favorite things that I made this past year, though I could kind of put everything in that category. I really genuinely enjoyed everything I made this past year. Like I said, I had a busy year between school and social life, and just other things I'm involved in. So this is the least I've made in a year since I've started, I believe. But in grand total, if I did my math correctly, in grand total, everything I made this year, I made 26 different things, which is so cool. I had a really great year in terms of fiber arts. I think I have grown so much, and I so look forward to seeing how I can grow even more in the future. I have a whole video planned of all of my goals and plans for the beginning of 2023, mainly the winter months, and that's going to come out next week. So if you are interested in hearing what plans I have, what goals I have, and all that good stuff, make sure to check out next week's video. But yeah, that is everything I made this year. It has been so cool and fun to watch everything grow, to get better as an artist, and to be able to show you guys as I go along. I want to give a big thank you to you guys for hanging out with me this past year. It is not lost on me how cool it is to have a community like you guys here on Instagram, on TikTok, any and everywhere. So just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and following me along and hanging out with me. I love reading your comments, chatting with you guys in my DMs, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? So thank you is what I'm trying to say. I appreciate it so much. I don't think you guys will ever know how much I appreciate having you guys around. Okay, well, with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what your favorite makes of 2022 were. How many things you made, if you keep track, all that good stuff. I'd love to hear and read about it. If you guys liked today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out so much. And hit the post notification bell if you want to know every single time I post a brand new video. I am trying to post twice a week until I go back to school, so hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit more of me. If you are interested, my website is linked down below. I have stickers, tote bags, maybe some finished goods up there. I don't know. My patterns are there, all that good stuff. Make sure to follow my social media if you want to hang out over there. I'm mainly active on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. Thank you guys so much for such an awesome year, and I'm so excited to see what kind of chaos ensues in 2023. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I love you all so very dearly, and I will see you next time in a brand new video. Bye everybody.